So this is going to be about different ways of getting gestures for people's legs. And there are a lot of different ways of going about this, and I'm going to just give you a couple. So the first one that I like involves working with a kind of a B-type shape, like this. Notice the outsides of the legs have a kind of a character of a B, like that, only it's elongated and smoothed out. And usually for the feet in a gesture, it's pretty common to use a triangle. You see how we've got like just a long triangle? That can go in and be really useful. It can show foreshortening as the triangle gets thinner. The foot is coming towards you. As it gets longer, the foot is going away from you, and so that can be really useful. Another really nice tool for showing the gesture of legs is, especially in side view, is a kind of an S shape like this. And if we put a little triangle on the bottom of it, then you can see you really start to get something that's very close to the way legs look. And another one that's really good is a lightning bolt. And it works especially well in side view. And what it gives you is it sort of gives you the back of the calf and the front of the knee. And so in a way, it takes you pretty far really quick. Another way that's really nice is essentially just working with a stick figure, especially, so say you're trying to figure out maybe a more complicated gesture. Sometimes this can be just perfect. There's another tool that I really like to use is triangles. So if you think like this, and that's just triangles setting up a leg. One thing that I think is really cool is if you establish we're going to do one more and then we'll move. So cylinders are also very good. So here's triangles, and here's cylinders. And cylinders can be particularly useful, especially if you're dealing with something with some real foreshortening, like if it's coming right towards you. And the last way that I want to talk about is just this kind of thing. Which these are soft shapes, soft ovals, and I find them to be really useful just to get a drawing started. Okay, so now that you have a couple of different ways to do gestures, what I want to talk to you about next would be what happens. One nice tool in terms of gesture drawing is to establish a ground plane. So if you say, well, this is where my figure's feet are, and if you say, well, the hips are here, let's say one foot is forward and one foot is back, and I can just put in, and I could use any of those drawing tools that I have, any of those gesture tools, but I'm going to go with triangles right now. And okay. And what I like about the use of the ground plane, like this, for instance, is that it really helps you establish perspective from the very beginning. So this is, if we'd be looking down on a figure, we could draw the figure as if we were going to be looking up at it, which would be, you could say that the ground plane was like this. And you could put a foot here, and you could put, so we're looking underneath, from underneath at a figure. Here I want to use an S shape, or that could even be moved into the lightning bolt for that leg, and then we have to get to the start of the other leg. So now this figure is standing above us. And that's just a really nice tool for getting the figure in perspective. So as we talked about, as I pointed out in the PowerPoint, what we're trying to do is we're trying to establish action, proportion, weight bearing, and character. And what do I mean by character? The thing that I'm getting at with character is, say for instance, we're trying to draw kind of an athlete. Well, triangles become really effective in terms of drawing a character that looks like they're fast and strong. And okay, but what if I'm trying to draw like an old woman? So maybe if I'm trying to draw an old woman, maybe just ovally shapes would be ideal for something like that. Again, what if I'm trying to draw a really like a tall, thin, kind of supermodel-y type character? So I'm going to go through and select the method that works best for the idea that I'm trying to convey. And thank you.